This year's GMTK Gamejam was absolutely massive. Like 37,000 developers, 9,500 games in just 4 days massive. Puzzle games, platformers, bullet hells, horror games, cow poop farming simulators. It had a bit of a range, but tucked away somewhere in that sea of creativity was my first ever solo game entry.
I'm a big boy.
A blood-soaked, metal-blasting, endlessly looping action platformer about shooting groundhogs in the face. Yeah.
Okay, it's officially time for the GMTK Gamejam theme announcement. Let's do this.
And this year's theme is just one word: loop.
Oh
As
shit.
always,
Loop. Okay, so I guess I need to get cracking on ideas. See how this goes.
Since I only had about 2.5 days to actually work on it, I needed something small in scope, fast to make, and hopefully not a complete disaster. Naturally, my brain went to roguelike mechanics, and seeing as though my game Broomsticks and Boomsticks needs roguelike elements, and I haven't made them before, I thought, why not fail publicly at trying to attempt them? So after some brainstorming, a few coffees, and a break to play Peak with my friends, actually it's a very productive use of my time and I won't hear otherwise, I landed on the core loop. 30-second levels, shoot enemies, grab coins, buy upgrades, loop again, die, repeat, cry. Classic game jam energy. I didn't even touch Unity on the first evening of development, but I did write a bunch of 30-second metal loops to match the gameplay length. Was it a good use of my time? Maybe. Was it heavy? Also maybe. I got back from work, fired up Unity, and built the basic character controller. I got the player moving left and right, jumping around the level, not immediately falling through the floor, you know, general progress. I added a game manager to track stuff like speed, jump height, and whether the player is alive, jump height buffering and variable jump height, and coyote time, which sounds adorable, but it's actually a mechanic that makes your jumps more forgiving when you're jumping off platforms. I hammered away at this the entire evening on the first day to make the character movement feel just right, and let me tell you, once those mechanics were in, movement felt real crispy. So by the end of the second day, the player could jump and move around, and that's it. But it did feel good.
The third day, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
This was my only full day of development before the jam ended, and all I had so far was movement. No enemies, no looping, no real game, so I had to power through. First, I added directional shooting, so you could actually pew things based on which way you're facing. This didn't initially work when I first added a dummy enemy into the game, but I got this fixed pretty shortly. Then came the enemies. I made a groundhog that runs down the platforms, bounces off walls and loops to the top to keep it subtly in theme. I made the jump hog, same as the groundhog, but it jumps off the ledges rather than just falling off them. And the fly hog, that would just say nope to the platforms and fly straight at you so there weren't any safe places to hide on the map. I added coins to collect, a 30-second timer that stops the level, a questionable ground pound move, a main menu and a tutorial menu with a very serious storyline about escaping the Groundhog Day time loop by shooting groundhogs instead of romancing Andy McDowell like Bill Murray did. You know, standard game dev stuff. And then, out of nowhere, it was midnight. The last full day I had to work on the jam was over. And what did I have? No win condition, no implemented music, no sound, no art, no polish, just straight vibes. And cubes. So many cubes. So naturally, I did what any rational person would do in my situation. I powered through and tried to cram an entire game's worth of finishing touches into one night. Did I record any footage? No. But somehow, in 8 hours, I cranked out art assets, sound effects, particle systems, an upgrade system, a windscreen, an itch page, a thumbnail for the itch page, a half-decent game description that I wrote at 8 in the morning.
It's 8:30 in the morning. I've been up all night finishing this game. It's done. Hopefully everyone likes it. I'm gonna go to bed. Peace.
So the game in 8 hours went from this to this. I'm pretty happy with how the core loop feels. Shooting stuff and upgrading gets super fun once the pace ramps up, although I think I should have put caps on how much you can upgrade certain stats as the game gets a little broken. But when the jam result actually came out, Groundhog Slave placed in the top 20% for enjoyment score. And I actually got some really great feedback and nice reviews from people who play my game, which honestly was really great to see. Will I touch it or update the game again? Probably not, but making it was an absolute blast, and it was a really nice break from Broomsticks and Boomsticks, which I will be getting back to soon. Did any of you guys submit anything for the GMT Game Jam? Let me know in the comments and I'll play your game. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.